Solid Hill TDS, J. Leo, Hitchhikers, check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie of some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighten up a sharp strain, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leap to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions when my rations getting low. Get down on the flow, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this we too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze, ain't a blaze, I got heat to throw. Then I'm let the heater flow and send it to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick the date before you let him roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with a demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of character, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in meth doom. Hits the sun god, bringing some light. Now watch your mood switch, hieroglyphs when writing scripts. Namaste but conquering, conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
What's good, world? It's your boy, Wildcard Mar, a.k.a. Modelo Mar. Cheers, America. Boy, I tell y'all, Modelo gets better and better by the day. I say it every time because I want Modelo to cut the check. I get all this free advertisement from your boy because I drink Modelo. So send the check, Modelo. Anyway, I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. We made it. Episode 50. Wow. Episode 50. Hit them out marker. I mean, I can't even front. I debuted this podcast as another alternative to our day stream that me and Detroit Mail do every Monday and Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Excuse me. 50 shows in. I debuted on Super Bowl Sunday. So, what a blessing. Can't beat that. Like always, my homeboy 40 Water, a.k.a. Silent Hill, J. Leo, Pale Moon Devil Dances the song. Scroll on the bottom of your screen. Go check those fellas out. Local artists coming out of Queen City. That's Charlotte, North Carolina. North Carolina. But for real, go check them out. Hitchhikers. That's their page on YouTube. Hey, Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie. Y'all give Stephanie a round of applause. She's been one of the biggest supporters of I.O.W. Network. Yes, we made it to 50, Stephanie, and you have been there for all of them. Appreciate you again, Steph. But going over to the website, www.ioften119.com. There's all the information you need of anything I.O.W. Network related, all the platforms that we stream on. Hey, going over there, Apple iOS users, you have access to the I.O.W. Network radio app that is now up and running currently. Been up for a couple, maybe about a week and a half. We're still working out kinks, so it ain't perfect. Don't y'all dog us, but we trying. It's because we grinding and hustling over here. So Apple users, go to the Apple Store, download the app. We appreciate the support. Of course, I can always go to the Patreon on the website. Go copy some of the merch. Copy you a sweatshirt. Maybe not now. I mean, it's starting to warm up around the nation. Still a little chilly. It was still chilly out here in Carolina a little bit, but this morning we hit like mid 60s, upper 60s a little bit. It had a little breeze, so it wasn't like hot, but you know, yeah, go copy some merch. What else I got to plug? I think that's about it. Anyway, thank you for the support, y'all. But, you know, appreciate the love. Let's, you know, we've been starting this new format on the show tonight. Got to start with a laugh. Got to start with a laugh of the day. To set this scene up, Mike Tyson has a podcast. And in this clip, he has boxing royalty in the building. He has Tommy the Hitman Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard, and literally just the conversation is hilarious. I could barely understand what Hitman Hearns is saying. I mean, he's old. He boxed for a while. He might be a little incoherent, but still, just you know, it reminds me of an episode, not the episode, but the movie Life with Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy. And I gotta share this with you because it's hilarious as hell. Take a look, y'all. Laugh of the day.
Damn!
Oh, Tom, you
No,
I was concerned. I wasn't
You were
scared.
very concerned.
I wasn't.
Just you very concerned.
No, I wasn't scared. I was
That was you
concerned.
very concerned. Man.
Tommy, I can knock you out now.
You can
Holy
try.
shit.
You can try.
Holy.
You can try. I dust
Come
your
on, man.
junk
Holy
ass out
shit.
real quick.
Excuse me.
Don't fight unless you're gonna do legend.
Jump up, right?
Only
Jump
league.
up. You're going to get knocked right down real
No,
quick.
Stop, no, stop. Oh, God.
Ooh, man. Man, don't try to size me up.
No, come on, say
Yeah, I want to do it.
Hug each other, love each other.
Yeah. I really want to do it.
Fuck that nigga up, Tommy.
He's strong.
He did, Tommy. He's strong. He did strong. I did too. He shrunk. He shrunk, nigga.
Bam!
But you shrunk, Tommy. You used to look like
I
6'3".
was saying that word.
Now let's see this one.
Oh, he's going to put his hand on my head.
Oh, shit. Go ahead, fucking Tommy. Don't hit the nigga, please.
You want to
Tommy.
say that?
Go ahead, Tommy. Tommy, don't hit the
I got
nigga.
reach. Yes, reach.
I been had to reach, man.
Please don't hit him. Oh, stop moving around, Ray.
I want to please hit you ain't shit.
Tommy, I'll break you down.
That's right.
No.
Not yet.
No, wait.
What we should do, we should sit right here on Mike Tyson shit right now. And we're going to fight each other.
On Legends only.
I'll kick your ass on each other.
Tom, what are you saying?
I heard what he said. He was kick your fucking ass.
Let's agree that
Are you speaking German?
Let's agree that we're
Holy shit. He's talking about your linguistic skills.
I'll beat your ass.
Jump on that nigga now.
You jump on me, he's going to jump right off.
Jump on it right now, Tommy. Get that. Right? Jump on that motherfucker.
I'm telling you that literally reminds me of you know, you got those two drunk uncles at the barbecue. You know, they up there in age. You know, still think they got it. So, you know, I had to share that with y'all. I came across that clip on the internet and I died laughing. Mike Tyson, you know, just friendly bench. Fuck him up. Hit man. He whoop his ass. I noticed Mike Tyson was celebrating too. Tomorrow's a holiday for all my smokers. 420. Happy holiday, my smokers. Yeah. Anyway, so there it is. Laugh of the day. Yeah, I thought it was funny too, Stephanie. It's like because you know when you get two great boxing legends like Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hitman Hearns, you know, it was all love right there. But it was funny just to hear the banter because you know they still got the competitive juices, like they still got it. But hey, shout out to Hitman Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Mike Tyson. I didn't know who the other guy was. I'm pretty sure he's there to help Mike Tyson with his podcast. But hey, y'all go check out Tyson's podcast. Good to see him doing more stuff. He's been making appearances on AEW for my wrestling heads out there. So Mike Tyson still making money. But of course, with the weekend, I got 3 top plays from the weekend. 3 great plays. We're going to start with this one. For all my Cincinnati Red fans who love their baseball, their baseball team out there, Joey Votto is still putting up great talent, man. Still playing ball. And it's rare that you see a triple play in baseball, but here it is over the weekend, Joey Votto getting a triple play.
High kick. On the right, caught by Votto. Makes the tag in the belly. And a little slow coming home. A head first slide. Rosario in. And they get the line drive double play. And they get the 3. A miss at home and a triple play. In my life. A bullet to first base, Joey Votto. Tags Reyes there. Sees the guy, scores, but wait a minute. Did he tag up? No, he did not. Early departure.
That was huge right there. Again, there's Joey Votto right there from the Cincinnati Reds getting himself a triple play. So he caught the ball on the line drive. The run at first didn't get back in time. He tagged him, caught him on the belly. That was out number 2. There was a runner on third. He thought that the ball got through, and he ran home and didn't go back to third, which he was required to do. So just a little lob over third to third baseman, touched the third base. That's your third out. So for all my baseball heads, there was no outs, and they got all 3 outs on one play. A rare feat in Major League Baseball to do, but it can be happened as you was just shown right there. Another top play, number 2, from this weekend, we have Mookie Betts, the reigning defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers, coming up with a clutch catch. I'm gonna set up the scenario. So the score was 2-0. The Dodgers were playing defense. The San Diego Padres had 2 guys on in scoring position. So one was at second and one was at third. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. So a clutch moment, and Mookie Betts makes this play. Watch this, y'all.
Knock it down on the infield. Don't let the ball get to the outfield. The runner on third means nothing. Gonzalez is 0-1. Swatted to right center field. Diving play.
What a catch. What a catch.
Magic.
What a great catch.
The Dodgers 2, the Padres nothing. They've taken the first 2 out of 19 in 2021. From your days
wow.
in Little League,
Just almost dropped it.
To think, what am I going to do
Pump
if
the
the
chest,
ball
Mookie
is
Betts.
hit
Pump
to
your
me?
chest.
Well, Mookie Betts knew that before the pitch, and boy, did he execute. They're going to take a peek, but we all just did. That is a clean catch.
You can take a look all you want. He caught that.
And this is an 8-game winning streak for the defending champ. Curving away from him, full out dive, has enough range, gets in the heel of the glove, and boy, are you glad it's soft right there. Look how wide open he's got the glove, and because of that, hits the fingers and the heel.
Oh,
at
wow.
the same time.
Where,
And the
oh,
hand strength
almost hit the
and
ground.
the coverage
Just
of the bare
snagged it.
hand to secure the catch.
What a play.
Oh my gosh, how fun is this? Two completely different games to start the 19 between these two clubs, and boy, have they both been entertaining in a different way.
What a play by Mookie Betts right there, y'all. That was clutch. I mean, if y'all saw the score, it was 2-0, 2 outs, 2 guys on, and to make a phenomenal catch like that to end the game, that's clutch right there. That's going to be a good rivalry between the Padres and the Dodgers. The Dodgers, of course, reigning defending champions. They're in the same division, the National League West. They're going to see each other quite often this year. And I'm going to tune into every series because if anybody who is a fan of baseball and watched that series this past weekend, great baseball. The guys put on a heck of a show. I mean, it's a legit rivalry. They don't like each other. They don't like each other. With the Padres making various acquisitions, Blake Snell, U.W. to bolster their pitching rotation to compete with the Dodgers. That happens in sports. When you get a champion in your division, more times than not, the other teams in that division get better. Happens in football, baseball, basketball, every division. You got the bar set, so you got to compete. And the Padres, San Diego Padres, and the LA Dodgers are going to do battle all year long. Still early in the baseball season. Just before I go to my third play of the night, man, it's not looking good for y'all Yankees fans right now. The Yankees are not starting off this season on a good streak. 5-10 right now, not looking too hot. But it's still early. They played 162 games. Most teams for the most part play 15, 14, 16 games around there. Opening day was only April 1st. It's now 420, my favorite holiday. But yeah, still a lot of time left. So Yankee fans, don't worry. All right. Last top play from the weekend comes from college football. Yes, college football is playing right now. The FCS is. They decided to play in the spring due to COVID. But Villanova, yes, that same school, Villanova, who's been dominant in basketball, does have a football team. Yes, they do. They had a wild touchdown. I'll take a look.
The one with Daniel Smith taking it. They're throwing it, Steve. Daniel Smith will run. He's taken down.
That's a touchdown.
No way.
He threw it up in the air. His knee hit. I'm sure he did.
I thought Buchanan had it.
Did.
I don't know if he threw that.
And there's good work.
Wow. That's pure luck. The guy was literally falling down. I'm in the same boat. It kind of looked like his knee touched too. But hey, if the refs don't call it and they don't review it and overturn it, then hey, touchdown. They'll take it. Any team will take that touchdown. But that was pure luck by the quarterback. Good heads up play by the receiver by getting himself in position to make the catch. Otherwise, it could have been an interception easily. Wow. You won't be able to recreate that ever again. Yeah, Stephanie, I'm with you. Wow. Like that, that guy must be, have a golden horseshoe up his bum or something. He has some good luck. That quarterback needs to go play the lottery. Now go play the lottery, because if you got luck like that, you need to go play the lottery. All right. So there it is. Top 3 plays from the weekend. Joey Votto from the Cincinnati Reds getting a triple play. Mookie Betts with the clutch diving catch. And then, of course, Villanova coming through with the luckiest touchdown that you'll ever see in the history of football. Literally, that was pure luck. But let's get into a couple of topics tonight. Talk a little NBA. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to what Steph Curry's been doing for the month of April. Just all I have to say is, wow. Steph Curry, Chef Curry, as people like to refer him to, has been cooking up the NBA. Like just ridiculous numbers. They did pick up a good victory over Philadelphia 76ers, Golden State, that is. But a lot of that was due to Steph Curry. Steph Curry balled out again. This man is literally playing out of his mind in the month of April. So tonight he put up 49 points. Went 10 from 17 downtown. The man is lights out. Is playing lights out. Okay, so for the month of April, the man is averaging 40 points a game. 40 points. He's shooting 49% from the three-point line. What? That man is on fire. 49% from 3 points in the month of April. Oh my gosh. Like, he's balling out of his mind. And looking at the standings, it's not looking too hot for Golden State. It really isn't. Definitely in the tough West. They're currently the 9th seed, but they would qualify for that 7 through 10 seed playoff tournament. So they're not out of the woods yet, but it's not looking too hot for the Golden State Warriors. But regardless of that, Steph is balling out of control. Is it time to talk MVP? I'm not ready to go there because I'm saying that Steph hasn't, what he's done in April, he hasn't been able to recreate that all year long. He's had some injuries, missed some time. The Warriors are just getting snake bitten by injuries. Of course, Wiseman's out for the rest of the year. It's literally Detroit Mail. Check his pocket for a rabbit foot. You got to be talking about Villanova, man. Yeah. And yeah, Steph, he is balling. Now, here's my thing about Steph. He's balling. His team's not looking too hot. So here's my question of the day. And those who are in the comments and watching and want to join in on the conversation with me, is his performance being wasted? And what I mean by that is I've already rambled off the Golden State Warriors position. They're 9th in the West. If they want to get out of that play-in tournament game, they got some work to do. They got 2 teams to leap. So the NBA league is coming down to this last 15 games, getting close to the playoff push. It's coming. I don't know if they'll be able to succumb that leap. They got to jump in front of Memphis, got to jump in front of Dallas. I'm not saying it's not possible, but the odds don't look in their favor. But I propose that question is because what exactly, with this great performance that Steph is putting on for the month of April, what does it equate to? Does it equate to an MVP conversation? Some people may say yes. I'm not ready to jump fully in there, but I honestly wouldn't be mad, because to me the MVP, it stands for most valuable player. And let's be honest, with the struggles of the Warriors this year and various injuries that they have occurred, that definition of being most valuable could apply to Steph Curry. Looking at SportsCenter, Lakers went down to the Utah Jazz. It was a butt whooping. It was a pretty easy butt whooping that the Jazz put on the Lakers, 111-97. So there that is. But back to Steph Curry, he's very valuable to that team. You take Steph Curry out of what's all this mess that's been going on with Golden State, you're looking at a YMCA team. You are looking at a YMCA team in the NBA. The Warriors without Steph Curry right now. I mean, you're talking about a player that is literally carrying the weight of a team. It would be him. If they make it to play into the playoffs, I mean, I might consider him MVP. I'm not ready to jump on it yet. Not yet. Just not quite yet. It's a conversation, but there are a couple. Yeah, and that's what I'm getting at, Mel. I just think there's just a lot to overcome. Steph would have to do, and honestly, he would have to have a lot of players fall off or get injured. I think Joel and Embiid would have to have a fall off for the last couple of weeks or just get injured. LeBron's been out for almost a month. Possibly take his name out that conversation. I mean, honestly, I don't know. At this point, MVP is a toss-up this year. I'm willing to go on to say that there's no concise front runner for MVP. Possibly Joel Embiid comes to mind for me as the number one guy right now to say that he is his. Honestly, I think it is Joel Embiid's to lose. He has to literally play like very pitiful, horrendous basketball to not get the MVP. But I don't know what it is, what Golden State needs to do to make sure that performances that Steph is doing for this month of April, if he can be able to recreate it to help, get something around him. But look, we know Clay's been out for pretty much the last 2 years. Of course, missed last year due to him tearing his knee in the finals the year before. Of course, before this year started, had another season-ending injury before this season starts. So that doesn't help. Draymond's missed time. Of course, Wiseman out for the rest of the year. I just feel that this performance that Steph has done in the whole month of April is going to be pointless because the team overall just won't be able to go further along if they make it to the playoffs. And all this is a lot of ifs. Ifs. But hey, can't deny that man. He's a bad man. That Chef Curry with the pop, boy, he cooking. He is cooking. He did something vicious to the like I said, to the 76ers tonight. That man balled out. Look the numbers what he did tonight. Put up 49 points, almost a 50 burger. Shot 59% from 3-point tonight. Went 10 for 17 behind the arc. I mean, the best shooter in the history of the game, bar none, easily. Nobody's shooting like him behind the arc. Nobody. That's nuts. But I wanted to talk again about a question that me and Detroit Mail proposed today on our day stream. And it was Natural Lakers, which team may stumble before the finals. We had a couple comments come in and it was a consensus across the board that we all think that the Nets would stumble before the finals. And I just wanted to elaborate on that because if I'm the Nets general manager, I would definitely if I was able to create a time machine, I would definitely go back and go get Andre Drummond instead of LaMarcus Aldridge. Of course, that's easy to say because we know LaMarcus Aldridge abruptly had to retire because of irregular heartbeat. So, and I'm not saying because of that. I'm just saying because when you look at what Andre Drummond does, he's going to give you 15 to 17 points. He's going to get you a minimum of 13 to 15 rebounds. Put something like that on a team like the Brooklyn Nets, who, pretty much Steve Nash is the head coach and has Mike D'Antoni as one of his assistant coach. That offense is predicated as high frequency shots. A lot of those shots coming from behind the arc. And you put somebody like Andre Drummond on that team, he's going to get you those rebounds that you need, especially offensive rebounds, because when you frequently throw up so many shots, behind the arc, maybe mid-range game, but not a lot of inside scoring, not a lot of inside offense. If that team is not shooting well, and this is one thing that me and Mel had noticed with the Nets when they were playing the Miami Heat on Sunday, they were pretty much most possessions throwing up one shot. The Heat would rebound, and that's the end of the possession. Now you got to get back on defense. So if your shooters aren't making shots, it's going to be a long night for me. And that got me thinking, after we had this conversation today, and I was thinking about it some more, the 76ers will be such a tough matchup for the Nets. And then you also, but especially when you're talking about the 76ers, you're talking about Joel Embiid, who controls the paint. The paint belongs to him. When he plays basketball, that paint is all Joel Embiid's area. Who's going to match up with Joel Embiid from the Nets? I don't see it. And I think that the 76ers have enough that Joel Embiid can be the focal point. The Nets are going to be, all eyes on Joel Embiid, that Joel could easily kick out, get shooters ready, But I think that'll be a tough matchup for them, especially you talking about a 7-game series. This isn't, you guys going to have to deal with a problem like that for 7 games. Now let's look at the Nets side. Kevin Durant leaves the game yesterday. He's probably played maybe a week worth of basketball after just returning from almost a month and a half, almost 2 months out from his hamstring injury. James Harden, don't know the diagnosis on him when he's going to be back. Kyrie Irving's, whenever he decides he may take a personal day. We've already discussed on the I.O.W. Sports Show how the Big Three hasn't had time to play together. 7 games max. And personally, by the time they get all these guys back, hopefully fully healthy, and that's the biggest thing is if they get fully healthy, I'm concerned about Durant. I am really concerned. I can understand if it was, a game here, a game there, but missed all of last year because of his injury in the finals the year before. Missed significant time this year. In my opinion, the playoffs is the wrong time to get, your cohesiveness as a team. Playoffs is put up or shut up time. The best versus the best. And you can't play and beat the best if you are saying you're the best, but you're, let's gel, trying to be a team to get everything together. in the playoffs. I'm just that type of person that, you need cohesiveness. It's okay that look, I understand. James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, three of the literally top 3 guys of the NBA in the top 10, you can possibly say, of just off a pure solo performance by just those 3 guys. All 3 can create their own shot inside or outside. Only one that might play defense is Kevin Durant. But do you really want Kevin Durant exerting all of his energy playing defense when he's better equipped for your team on offense? You know what I'm saying? And you still have to worry about his injury proneness? You have to. I mean, you just have to worry about that. And and I'm not saying that the Nets won't make it to the finals. I picked the Nets and the Lakers to meet in the finals. Nothing's a given, but I don't know. Nobody knows. But what I'm saying is I just think there are so many variables that the Nets have to overcome to not only get to the finals, but win it. People may downplay it or not. Philly's a problem for them. They are. Do I think eventually that the Nets will overcome it? More than likely, yes. But I don't think there won't be no sweep. If they were meeting to the Eastern Conference Finals, full strength, both of them, I can see the Nets taking it in 6, maybe 7. Nothing less. It won't be a 5 games. It definitely won't be a sweep. It'll go 6 or 7 because you still have to play the matchup. Who's going to guard Joel Embiid? Who's going to stop Joel Embiid? Because Joel Embiid can give you 30-plus points easily just by him waking up. He can. He can dominate inside. He can go get his outside shot. Who's going to guard him? And Philly's been playing real damn good ball this year. Tobias Harris been balling. Even Dwight Howard has stepped in and stepped up. Seth Curry, little brother to Steph Curry. He's a shooter. He'll be great to do a spot up 3 coming down off of collapsing defenders trying to collapse on Joel Embiid, and he's the kick out. Easily. I mean, if anybody had put the Nets in permanent marker to the finals, you got some balls. I'm just saying. I just think there's just too many variables. I think that can, stumble them before the Lakers. Now, to me, the only hindrance of the Lakers returning to the finals is literally just if they're able to get LeBron and AD back in time to make sure their cohesiveness is on point. Because, I mean, looking at the Phoenix Suns, they took down the Bucks today, one of the top 3 teams in the East. Phoenix Suns is the top 2 team in the West. Took them down, beat them in overtime. So you got the Utah Jazz you got to worry about. We'll see how that team looks with Donovan Mitchell, however long he's out. Phoenix Suns are humming. They balling. The Clippers are just balling on another level. I said it earlier. I don't know how this voodoo of Rajon Rondo just carries with him to every team that he goes, because he's been a journeyman. But wherever he goes, he improves that team mentality-wise for sure. He brings another just a dog mentality. Dude, Clippers are playing better, a lot better. Denver Nuggets. I'm not quite ready to jump 100% in and say that they'll be a problem for the Lakers. I mean, you lose Jamal Murray, that's a big piece to your game plan. It's something that won't be easily to replace. Won't be easy to say that you can replace his value. That would be a tough task. So, I just think the Lakers have less to worry about than the Nets, just because the Nets have, they have a glaring issue with, durability and matchup wise, with the 76ers and the Bucks. The Bucks got guys that bully the paint. That's Greek Freak's game. Is paint. Who's going to guard him? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, it's going to be very interesting with the NBA coming down to the last few games in the season. About 15 games left. And then we'll see what happens with that little 7 to 10 seed little play-in tournament. I'm not a big fan of that, but I guess the NBA is trying to do something different. Teach his own. So we'll see what happens with that. But, it'll be a very interesting few weeks. Let's move over to some NFL. You can see the hat right here. See the logo. Say Chiefs. Really can't see it up front, but it says Super Bowl LIV champions. So Super Bowl 54. Yes, I know. I know what happened to us in Super Bowl 55. I ain't trying to relive it. I got it. I understand. But Alex Smith, former quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, of course, Kansas City Chiefs, and latest team, Washington football team, announced his retirement today. 16-year career, number 1 overall draft pick in 2005, coming out of Utah, which Urban Meyer was his coach. Hung up the cleats. We know about the horrific leg injury that pretty much took 2 years of his life. He came back last year after Dwayne Haskins was let go. He got back into the starting role, played okay. You could tell he was still a little hesitant about fully committing to the game because of his, I don't know if it was a mental block because of the injury. But, hey, look, of course, he probably would have wanted to win a Super Bowl. Who doesn't? Who's an NFL player? Whoever plays the game. Of course, they want to win the Super Bowl. Ask Dan Marino if he wanted one. I'm sure he would tell you that he wanted one. But I got to give props to Alex Smith. He wasn't going to razzle dazzle you. He could make certain throws if you needed him to, if it was perfect situation. They call him check down Alex, but whatever. He was efficient. Didn't turn the ball over a lot, which of course coaches love. And very football IQ was up there. Of course, his greatest season was 2017. He definitely felt the fire under his butt because that year the Chiefs drafted, of course, Patrick Mahomes, who eventually we know what he is now. But Alex Smith is, when him and Andy Reid got to Kansas City in 2013, started building that winning culture. And I know this as a fact, because of course I'm a Chiefs fan, but what I'm saying is for those who aren't and really don't, Alex Smith, he's just a regular. He's far more important to us in Kansas City because he helped start building the blocks to what you see now as the Chiefs. We were never like that. I've been spoiled the last 7-8 years as a Chiefs fan that we're consistently in the playoffs, consistently having winning seasons, and then the last 3 years consistently at the point of getting to the Super Bowl. 2 Super Bowl appearances in a row, winning one. I'm spoiled as a Chiefs fan, but that started with Alex Smith and Andy Reid. So you got to give this props. But there's also another quarterback in this year's draft that could possibly be in the same situation that Patrick Mahomes was in, getting drafted by a team that has a adequate quarterback, but needs something else to get him over that hump. So Trey Lance, coming out of North Dakota State, of course, the same school that Carson Wentz went to, when 2016 he went second overall. There's a possibility that Trey Lance can go in this first round this year, ladies and gentlemen. And quite honestly, I wouldn't be mad at it. I do prefer that he goes to a team that will be able to let him sit and learn. Because the biggest not coming on Trey Lance is a lot of people are worried about his amount of games that he's had. Him being in the FCS school, which is not Division I, it's a subdivision. So they're thinking that you're not facing the cream of the crowd competition, and then you only pretty much played 17 games. And I get that. If you turn on the tape of Trey Lance, mobile, he's not scared to stick his nose in there. You really don't want to see that, of course, coming from the quarterback. You don't want them to take too much hits, but you got to appreciate the tough grit about him. On his running plays, he will run, and he'll put that shoulder pad down. He'll try to run over at safety or cornerback. Just as long as he ain't trying to think he can do that in the NFL. Just don't trade him. Hey, if you're listening and watching, you can't do that in the NFL. Only to play. You may get away with it for a year or two. Shorten your career real quick. But accurate. We talked about it early on the day stream, me and Detroit Mail. San Francisco might look like the team that go get him, because neither one of us is sold that Mac Jones is the answer. That ain't it. Right? You don't trade all the way up to go get Mac Jones at 3. You get him as an undrafted free agent if you really wanted to. You get him in the 5th round. But the reports are saying on his second pro day today, or Monday, that the San Francisco 49ers are very involved in the process of his pro day, seeing what certain plays he can and can't run. And that to me says if a certain team is kind of running a pro day for that player, and I'm assuming, I hate to assume, but I'm gonna use my hypothesis, educated guess, that Kyle Shanahan is giving him plays that they run. You know what I'm saying? And there's a huge possibility if they're seeing what the plays that they can run and having him run them, and he's being successful at it, that can sway your thought process of, but have him sit behind Jimmy G. I don't know how much he's going to be able to learn from Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm just being honest. Jimmy G, he's all right. He's nothing to brag about. Jimmy Garoppolo's never been nothing to brag about. But he has durability issues. So if the 49ers are saying, oh, Jimmy G will be our quarterback, even if we go get one in the draft, that quarterback's really in the plan. Because the numbers don't lie. The numbers show that Jimmy G more than likely is going to get hurt. So now you start putting in a rookie who you wanted to sit and learn. He gonna learn all right. He definitely about to learn what not to do in the NFL. So if I'm San Francisco and I beat, they re-signed Trent Williams on the left tackle, smart move. I would still go out and continue to bolster my offensive line because of that fact that Jimmy G can't stay healthy. And if you still go get either Trey Lance or Justin Fields or any of these quarterbacks, because let's be honest, Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, they gone. And that's after 2 picks. They gone. Whatever quarterback the San Francisco 49ers go get, they need to have him in the building the next day, learning this offense. He's going to need to get caught up to speed immediately, because of the fact of Jimmy G's issues with staying healthy. You know, and Detroit man brought up a good point. Maybe Atlanta's better suit for him. You know, I would rather sit behind Matt Ryan, learn from him, than Jimmy G. But then that puts Atlanta in a pickle because the cap hit for Matt Ryan for the next 2 years is astronomical. You know, you would literally have to ask Matt Ryan to take such a huge pay cut to stay. So we'll see what happens with Trey Lance. But look, the drafts in 9 days. I can't wait. So next weekend, I cannot wait. We will be doing a lot of draft heavy things. A lot of draft, getting ready for it for sure. On the I.O.W network for sure. On this show, we'll do some. We won't do mock drafts. I ain't got time to do a mock draft. Like, it's a lot of time requirement to do a mock draft. A lot of time, and you better be able to have the access to all these prospects. And I ain't got that type of access. But I mean, look, you need a quarterback, especially San Francisco. You got a quarterback that shows he's not. You need a quarterback. It's probably one of the pieces that's stopping them from getting to the Super Bowl. So I would still address their offensive line as well. You know, they're gonna have to get some O-linemen in this draft as well. Sad news coming out the NFL. It's not necessarily sad. It's like damn. Arthur Smith came into the NFL, high draft, high expectations, was living up to them, but then he has demons off the field, substance abuse, a couple of arrests here, a couple of arrests there, set out for 5 years. Came back this year, did pretty damn well for the Cowboys. They decided not to renew his contract. He then gets literally probably like a couple of days ago, gets a 1-year deal from the Seattle Seahawks. Now that's in jeopardy. Y'all take a look.
You have to start to wonder if Aldon Smith's career in Seattle is going to be a short one. 2 days after signing a 1-year contract at the NFL minimum with a signing bonus, Smith, of course, now has a warrant out for his arrest because of a choking incident that has a second-degree charge on it. We don't know the victim, whether it's male or female, but it happened in a French coffee shop, just a little bit east of New Orleans. But with the past that Aldon Smith has had and the troubles, you wonder how long are the Seahawks going to stand by him. Now, they did make a comment saying that they're not rushing to any judgment or anything of that nature. They're aware of it, but they're not going to comment whatsoever. And, of course, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But in this case, the fact that it was in a public place, there was cameras that were able to record it. You just wonder where this is heading. And it's not a positive sign for Aldon and the Seahawks in the sense that the warrant goes for his arrest. And apparently the choking got to the point where the victim went unconscious. So this is not a good sign right now. Hey, it looked like it was a great signing. Getting a guy who is still in his prime after missing about 4 or 5 years with suspensions and all that stuff. When he came back last year, did a great job for the Dallas Cowboys with 5 sacks. They elected not to bring him back, I guess worried about certain things like this that might happen. And here it is 2 days after his signing that it happens allegedly to a point where he may be in jail here real soon. So stay tuned on this one, but you wonder, where are the Seahawks going to react? Because they're probably not going to react very positively, and they may just have to let him go.
That's where it probably all went down. He decided to go the Cisco route, the Drew Riddle route, blind as heck. It's a shame because being a quarterback in Missouri Tigers, I saw all his college ball out. Started his career with great pass. It's sad. her out of the situation. But you heard what John Cleese said. They said it choking got so bad that the individual passed out. You don't know if this was himself. That, so, like I said, I'm not much of a judgment, but as a person that has numerous situations, I'm of the mindset that says, everything under control. Hopefully this he has answers to this. It's just something about having trouble. I'm just having a hard time. I just having a hard time about staying in trouble, understanding your work, understanding your job. I'm just having a hard time missing that with some of these athletes because they sacrifice time, a lot of energy, blood, sweat, and tears to such a craft, and can't find a way to get out there. Like trouble. We have reached the time of not young. The time of the night where you guys do, of course, you guys out. My guys, 40 water, aka Simon Hill. But look, of course, it's been a blessing. Episode 50, y'all. I'm about to go drink another Modelo because it's episode 50. That's how excited I am that we have reached episode 50. And look, God willing, we will see you guys tomorrow. Y'all coming back. Peace. Love somebody. Hug somebody. I hope you have a fantastic 20. Fantastic Tuesday. See y'all tomorrow, folks.
Silent Hill TDS. Hitchhikers. Let's go. Yo. Pick and roll with the bowl, whoa, watch the smoke unload. Let my soul sink into the flow, feel the flames below, ready to go. Light another pack, watch the blunt roll, let it go. Release to the beast, about to take control. Overload, burn another shrub to keep my mind sedated. Elevated, felt elated from withdrawal but never faded. Alcohol pumping out my system in need of patience. Point blank and do it in reverse until the points taken. Put it in work to muscles jerk and my joints aching. Numbers don't lie, but I think these niggas point shaving. I am on another high. You can only taste the fragrance floating on the stroke. Bodies below twisted, agitated. Hand me another gram, watch me break down and light this bitch. Explosive tendencies, watch me spark and ignite this shit. Put the game in a chokehold with a tightened grip. Niggas inciting shit, hoes peeping, they bite their lips. Cold hearted bastard, give a hot bitch an icy kiss. Take a buzz to another level and heighten it. My karma is Dalai Lama, the smoke for enlightenment. Nigga drag me to hell with all the hounds and Leviathans. Reach for a pack of guards, cause I'm about to smoke a quick. Pussy popping and percolate, I just want the smoke circulate. Losers will spectate and the haters will speculate, but I'm too busy taking all this vapor straight to the face. Damn. Shit.
Man, you got a light.
Fuck that, I'm just blind today.
Check. Pick and roll with the bowl, whoa, watch the smoking low. Let my soul sink into the flow. Feel the flames below, ready to go. Light another pack, watch the blood go roll. Let it go, reach to the beat, about to take control. Pick and roll with the bowl, whoa, watch the smoking low. Let my soul sink into the flow. Feel the flames below, ready to go. Light another pack, watch the blood go roll. Let it go, reach to the beat, about to take control.